Hello, beautiful people, friends, family, familia. I don't know the German word for it. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. I am glad that you have joined us for this one. We are just going to be doing a little book haul because I'll tell you why in a minute. I'll update you about our homeschool room and our weeks 2 and 3 as well. So go ahead, grab you a cup of something, coffee, tea, water, whatever your jam is, and let's go ahead and jump into it. All right, so I am not quite set up, and I'm sorry. Let's do books first. And then I'll have another one going on. So what happened was, I feel discombobulated. That's what happened. All right. I got to purchase a little bit more of our books. Well, the rest of our books. I purchased what we needed to start, which was a huge chunk of change, being high school things. It was not cheap. And then so we had to wait until we got another paycheck. We were waiting on a bonus or whatever, and we purchased the rest of it. Also, this morning, I have decided instead of doing Sing Song Spanish 2 with my 5th grader, he's kind of over it. He's kind of over the music. It's a great program. But my 5th grader in particular is over the music and doesn't really like to participate in that, and he doesn't really enjoy it. So I think if you have under 5th grade or a child that likes to sing, that would be delightful. I love Sing Song Latin, Sing Song Spanish. It's been great. However, I think what we're going to do with him and myself personally is get the family plan for Duolingo. It's like $135 for the year or $11 or $12 a month. I can't remember. I think it's closer to $12 a month. It has a 1-week free trial to check it out. It's a family plan. You can use up to 6 different people, and you can choose any language you want to and go through it like that. And that's what we're going to go ahead and move into for Spanish for my 5th grader. And, yes. Okay, so I got the book Plutarch. We do read Plutarch in our homeschool. It is part of the Charlotte Mason method style, Ambleside, Plutarch. I got our Young Folks Plutarch off of Amazon. And this has, come on, what is it? Sorry. I was trying to be really, really quick. You know what? This print is not great. I cannot super read. The content page is kind of awful. But the rest of the book is better. I was going to tell you like who we're going to read, but the rest of the book looks better. So that's super weird. Maybe yours won't be the same because I think it's printed through Amazon. To go with our Indigenous people study through Gather Round, I went ahead and purchased this book. Also because it ties into our with the Skills of Natural Medicine campfire curriculums that we're doing. So this kind of ties, this is a great reader. We just got this in. I was going to unbox it all for you guys, but I got over anxious and it's been trickling in this past week. So I opened it and we have been using it because we have been waiting for these things. So this ties into both our history of the Indigenous peoples with our natural medicine unit. So this is a great book. We've read the first story and the introduction. So we're super excited to get through with this. I will probably read this almost every day just to get through it because we have 2 more weeks left on both of our unit studies before we move on. I won't rush it, but that's okay. Okay, I'm going to save this for last. And then I also got in my 10th graders next language arts unit. unit curriculum. So we went with the Good and the Beautiful language, high school level 2. These are 10 booklets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 10 booklets each year. This is more focused on world history. The high school level 1 is more focused on American history. And to make that an honors level program, you add in 1 book study. And he has already, this was already on our list for him to read this year, the Screw Tape Letters. And so he's already reading the book. Then why not turn it into an honors program? So I went ahead and purchased that. I've never used their honors book studies or their book studies. 8th grade has a bunch of book studies, and then you can pick 1 per for your high school. I think they have 3 or 4 to choose from. We've not used that. I'll keep you updated with how it goes. It won't be quick. It won't be soon. There you go. We have the grammar guide already. We have the cards already. So this was a lot cheaper than I was expecting it to be. The first year that you purchase it, you have to purchase all of it. So it's like $150-ish, depending upon if you grab the books. Wow, my hair is crazy. This year I already had some of the books because I had purchased them in past years for my eldest child to read and for myself to read because they just looked really good. And then we did not have to repurchase the grammar cards or the grammar guide or whatever. So it was a lot cheaper. Okay. And again, I'm saying we already had some of these books. So these are all 10 and 11 level. These are all part of that, what is required reading. The Christoph von Schmidt collection. Let's see real quick. These are the books: The Water Pitcher, The Best Inheritance, The Basket of Flowers, and then Men of Iron, Sagebrush Surgeon, and then A Girl of the Limberlost. And this is by Jean Stratton Porter. Okay, so there's that. We are almost done with the homeschool room. We're in it. We used it all week long last week. So our 3rd week of school, we were finally in our homeschool space. It's beautiful. It sings to my soul. It makes me so happy to walk in there. There's a wall full of books. I promise you the video is coming very soon. I just have a couple of finishing touches that we have to do. I'm not going to make you wait until we trim the bookcases out because we're going to make them into a built-in situation. We're going to trim them out and make them look all pretty. Not going to make you wait. I did not wait. My books are up there. Okay, what? I did already put all the books in there. I organized it and then I reorganized it, and I'll probably organize it again because I'll let you know in that video. It's not important for you guys right now to know. And there is still some electric work that has to happen. I will not make you wait for that. So I'm going to go ahead and put the finishing touches on it today, I think, and you guys should be seeing that video soon. With that being said, weeks 2 and 3 went really well. Not a whole lot of crazy happening since I'm out of my house on Fridays. The first Friday, the kids did great. The second Friday, they literally, I got home a little earlier than when I told them I was getting home, and they had, just started school. And what is your problem? I was serious. I'm so serious that if you don't do your schoolwork right now, on Fridays, on schedule, you're going to school with me. And so, this past Friday, they did fantastically. They got up on time. They did all of their schoolwork, and they were ahead of schedule when I got home. So, Mama is serious. I'm not kidding. We're not playing around with this. This is our education. Okay. So, my 10th grader, loving his fluent German. He's doing great with it. Doing fine with math. The only complaint that he has is that there's a Bible lesson every morning. Like every time he opens it up, the guy talks about Bible for 15 minutes. And we're not anti-Bible in this house. I promise you we're not. It's just every single subject, I didn't realize, except for like German, it has a lot of Bible in it. So I understand it too, because he ties it in with scripture. He's like, this is why you need to know math. This is, God's the great mathematician. I think I've already said that to you guys before. But I have told him to go ahead and just fast forward through those 10, 15 minutes or whatever if he wants to. Because it does take him a little bit extra time because they have the integrated studying in it. And so it is taking him a little bit longer than the whole entire hour to get through an entire math lesson. So once he skips through that, it seems like it's about that hour mark. And we really like to keep our classes around 45 to 50 minutes if we can. And that way it gives them a few minutes to reset, use the bathroom, that sort of thing. Sorry, I just moved my chair again. That's going great. The unit studies are going well. We're not super thrilled. I'm trying to get comfortable. I'm trying not to let it hit the wall. But yeah, it happens. We're not super excited for the Gather Round Indigenous Peoples unit study. It's good. And we've learned a lot of cool things. The kids weaved paper together. That was my 10th grader's insistence. They are slowly working through their unit project. They both chose posters, and that way it's just a short, easy project for them to do. Something that says, hey, we did the Indigenous Peoples unit study. At the end of it, I am still waiting on our Pocahontas book that we purchased from another company. That'll be in a different video. I've decided. And so we are going to do that. We'll probably go ahead and watch the Disney version of it again. Isn't there I think there's a different version of it also, I think. But where we're located at, we have an Indian village close to us. Native American Indigenous People village close to us. I know we do because my mom took us there when we were little. And so we are going to do that. We're going to make that a day trip and go and do that when we finish this unit study. Now, the Campfire Curriculum Natural Medicine unit study, we are loving. It is so much fun. It is hands-on every single day. It is taking us longer than a day to get through a lot of it because I don't want to skip anything. All those skip if you want pages and you don't have to do this and you don't have to do that. Look, I'm dealing with a high schooler and this is like speaking to my passions and I want to do all of it. So we don't quite finish a week within a week. I've noticed that. We're a little bit behind, but that's okay. What is behind in homeschool, right? So we have made, I don't know what we've made so far, but we're about to make yogurt for the first time ever in our home. And we're also going to work on tinctures next week. And something else I haven't looked ahead. I need to do that because it's Sunday. So yay. That's how that's going. The kids are doing great. The curriculum is going great. We did get my 5th graders math in and language arts in. Did I show that to you guys? I did in the unboxing. Okay, I did. And we are working on that. The math is kind of kicking his butt. It takes him a while to do it. So we're going to stick to it right now. He knows it as long as I'm asking him the questions. But if he's working on his own, it's kind of like there's a disconnect. I have to actually say, no, what is, like, he's working on prime factorization right now. And, what was I saying? Prime factorization. Wow, I got distracted. And so, like, he'll look at it and it's cool, but he's so slow with it, and it's like, okay, well, what makes up 33? No, like, what times what is 33? And he'll answer it, but he almost instantly, but he'll have sat there and stared at it forever. So I'm okay. He's my youngest. It's not like I've got toddlers or anything running around. So I'm willing to sit there and help him through it when he needs help through it. But it is taking him the entire hour to finish his math lesson. The language arts is going great. We're on level 4 instead of 5. And of course, we knew that was going to be beautiful. All right. So, okay. So I'm going to get this video posted. You're going to be like, why is she posting right now? Tonight starts our fall feast days that we keep, our biblical feast days. Tonight we are celebrating the Day of Trumpets, and we are going to enter into this 10-day period working up to Yom Kippur, or the Day of Atonement. And I think I've decided that I'm not going to worry about, so you guys will not see me Wednesday for sure. And I'm not certain if you'll see me the Wednesday after that. We got a lot of stuff going on in the middle of that 10-day period. We have a birthday party and to celebrate, and then we're going to get ready for Sukkot, or the Feast of Tabernacles. So just a little warning, you won't see me this Wednesday. You might not see me the Wednesday after that, but I will try. I know my next order is coming in, so I will try really hard to get that video up for you and just give you an update. This is definitely a season of spiritual warfare for those of us who are doing the feast days of God. It always has been, ever since I started. It's like Satan tries to play with us, and he does not want us doing the feast days, guys. It's so intense. And so just like interrelational things and marriage stuff is coming up, and lots of warfare. So I've decided that that's what's going to happen. And I love you guys, and I will be back, I promise. It's just worth it. It's worth it to take a little bit of time and to just really focus on my relationship with God and ask him really what he wants from me. Okay, so I'm going to stop you right here. I want you guys to, if you're listening with your kids, I want you to go ahead and pause it and put some headphones in if you can. I'm about to talk about something that is of a mature topic. I'm gonna bust out a cuss word, and I'm gonna talk about this book and discuss some heavy topics. So go ahead, pause me, grab some headphones, and we're gonna talk about this next unit study that we're gonna do. Okay, yes, I did just lick my coffee cup. You're welcome, and I'm leaving that in there because I don't have time to edit this thing. Okay. So I promise, that community and connected unit study that I did show you already, I took a long time and looked at a lot of the books. There are a lot of things on YouTube that we're going to listen to. I did order the books, and there's still a few more that I'm going to grab from the library, and I will do a full overview once we're finished with it. I'll let you know what we did, how I integrated it into our high school, what kind of credits that we're going to give, and all the things that I am planning on doing with that unit study. That'll be a separate video. What I want to show you right now are the books that I purchased that she does not recommend, but I found online. I feel like they were gifts from God. This one is part of the unit study in here. This one's called NUIC. This is the only one that I physically purchased, because the rest you can find on YouTube or in the library. So I did get that one. I did reach out to Tori, and Tori wrote it, right? Did she? No. Yes. Tori wrote that one. Sorry. And she told us, if you don't want to purchase all of them because they are expensive, just make sure you don't miss any of the ones in the very last lesson, because those are important. Okay, so these two that I'm about to show you are why I had you pause me. This one. This book is called Stuff That Sucks by Ben Seedley. A Teen's Guide to Accepting What They Can't Change and Committing to What You Can. What you can't change and committing to what you can. So both of these books, this other one, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to talk about this one so I'm not confusing to you guys. Both of these books are therapist written, recommended, used inside of a counseling session for teenagers. The only thing that I really, I whited out. I did not mark the page. I was going to mark the page. I did not mark that page. So I'm going to have to edit this out because you guys don't like sitting here watching me do nothing. Okay, here, I found it. So these are called, this is a labels section. I did white out some things in here. Because one was called The Bitch and one was called, The Slut. And then the other ones are like trendy, the camp one, the introvert, the Dumbo, the tough guy, the nerd. I went ahead and I just got rid of the slut, the whole sentence that pertains to it. It was like you messed up that one time at that friend's house and now you're considered the slut. Or the other sentence that I do not want to read, I do not want to mess up, I do not want my kids to grab this book and see those words because I don't want them to. They know, they've heard words, but I don't want that in our home. And the bitch one was, you were mean to that one girl or whatever, and now you're labeled the bitch. So I went ahead and I whited that out. I did go through this entire book. I can highly recommend this entire book. I have not read it thoroughly. I skimmed every single page. I made sure that this is something that I wanted to present to my children. It goes over their feelings. It goes over your mind and the lies that your mind comes up with. It goes over stories, like what it might not necessarily be true, but that's what you're feeling. How the system is set up to fail you, how labels are set up to fail you. It goes over things like the media, TV, social media is there to majorly discourage you and change you. What else? Your values, getting on track, the stuff that is right in front of your face, and then it goes into like, how can they help? Like, what can they actually do to make themselves feel better? What are they in control of? It goes over breathing techniques and grounding and just listening. This one's music, the moment, coming to your senses, grounding. This one right here is called Taste the Chocolate. These are like exercises that they have them do on a daily. And so this one was like, get a box of chocolates that contains many different flavors of chocolate. Pick one without looking. Roll it around in your fingers. What shape is it? What texture is it? How heavy is it? Smell it. What can you notice? Where in your body did you notice it? Does it trigger sensations in your mouth or your stomach? Notice your breath as you take in its aroma. Gently place it in your mouth. What is the first thing you taste? Is it sweet, fruity, bitter? What does your tongue feel? Like when it makes contact with the chocolate, put it in your mouth, roll it around your mouth. What tastes and textures do you notice? Take a bite, observe the flavors. What happens in your body while you eat it? Those sorts of things. And then it goes into like wasabi peas. And so those are things that I'm going to have on hand for those days. A bag of wasabi peas and a box of chocolates for my children. I do think I have decided to go ahead and purchase another one. Now my children are 10 and 15 and we have dealt with trauma inside of our home. And so this is a blessing. And it goes, I believe personally that it goes perfectly along with that unit study, feelings and all the other jazz, a place to belong, all of it, dealing with all of it, your emotions. And yeah, okay. So here's one that says, this is not a trick. The first few times I read about the idea of making space for my emotions and allowing them to be there, I got excited. I thought that if I could just find a way to be truly willing and ready to have the painful emotions and to allow the mean thoughts and labels to be there, then I wouldn't have to have them anymore. Like it was some kind of cunning reverse psychology trick where I could just say that I don't mind being sad and the sadness would go away. It took me much longer to understand that this isn't how it works. Being willing to feel my pain isn't another strategy. I can use to avoid my pain. It is genuinely accepting that sometimes stuff really sucks. Sometimes life can really hurt. Sometimes this world isn't what I signed up for. Sometimes I still feel like I would do anything not to have these feelings and these thoughts. Maybe I'm just a slow learner, especially when it comes to the really painful stuff. You might find it comes a lot quicker than it did for me. Probably the acceptance comes and goes. Willingness to allow suffering to be there is hard, damn hard, and often frightening too. And the only thing harder is not being willing to allow suffering to be there. And then it talks about like putting it all together. The stuff that sucks, the system sucks. Trying to not have particular thoughts and emotions is hard work. Trying not to have these thoughts and emotions takes up a lot of our energy. It was really funny too when I was going through this. There's a part in here that talks about cutting, and it talks about smoking and drinking and self-medicating. And so I went through there, and I had my white out, and I was going to white out the word self-cut, like cutting. I didn't want to talk about it. And my white out that I had just used stopped working. Like the roller thing, it stopped working. And I did it again, and it wouldn't work. And I did it again, and it wouldn't work. And I was like, okay, fine. I guess we're talking about cutting, God. It's because God knows more than I do about my children. He does. He knows what they're going to face. He knows what their friends are going to face. He knows what they need to know. And so we're going to talk about it. These are hard topics that we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about just all the things and how it's not healthy. And this is really incredible. I have one more page that I want to read to you guys out of this book, and then we're going to move on to the next book. I feel like we probably should have started with the other book, but that's okay. Moving on. So this is Parents, Teachers, and Other Adults. This is towards the end of the book, like the last couple of pages. Sometimes the stuff that sucks feels so daunting that trying to deal with it alone or with the help of friends may not be enough. I don't know your parents, but chances are that they love you to bits and really want to help you, even if sometimes their words or actions don't feel very helpful. Sometimes parents are better problem solvers than listeners and launch straight into telling you what you did wrong or how you should fix it, even though what may be needed is for them to just listen to how you're feeling, for them to allow you space to have your own thoughts and emotions so you can figure out what you need to do. Parents, hear this, please. Sometimes you won't need to do anything except sit with the sadness or the worry, and it can feel helpful to have a parent get that this is what you need and allow you some space. You might even want to show them the parts from this book that talk about letting emotions be there without struggling against them. Or you might want to be quite clear about whether you need them to help you solve a problem or if you just need them to listen. The system your parents grew up with was different from the system that you're in now. Mental health and distress were talked about in different ways and treated in different ways. They may have grown up in a world where young people had more chance of getting a job, or the system told them not to feel the way they were feeling or think what they were thinking. So sometimes when you talk to them, they may not get it straight away, but please keep trying, because I'm sure that they've picked up that something is wrong and will be keen to help. And they'll be more likely to help in useful ways if you actually let them know what's going on. And if your parents don't get it or aren't very good at listening, then find another adult you can talk to, because the world can suck even more without adults who can help you. Aunties, uncles, grandparents, teachers, school counselors, sports coaches, parents of friends, keep looking and keep trying, because you deserve to be supported by someone. So we're reading this. This is, I can't recommend this enough. And I haven't even gone through every single word in this book in depth. I have looked at every single word of this book. Okay. It's short. It's incredible. I think I'm going to go ahead and purchase another one, or maybe 3 of them. And that way I can read aloud and they can have their own. I'll probably purchase 2 more, so we each have one. Okay. So this is called Guys, Stuff, Feelings. Okay. The very back of it, it says, you're growing up and so are your feelings and emotions. As you enter puberty, Not only is your body changing, but so are your emotions. You might feel your emotions more strongly or have new feelings you don't know how to talk about. Written by the same author who brought you the best-selling Guy Stuff, The Body Book for Boys, this book will help you learn to identify all the feelings that you have, from anger to sadness to embarrassment to happiness. Then use the tips inside for managing and expressing your emotions in positive ways. Everyone has emotions and we all need to learn how to deal with them. It's an important part of growing up and becoming the healthiest young man that you can be. And so, yes, they do have another book. I did not purchase that book. I feel like I've got enough curriculum choices on puberty. So this is by Dr. Kara Natterson, another psychologist or whatever, a child psychologist, psychiatrist, psychologist. I have no idea. I like this book a lot. Now, it is dealing with a lot of the same things as the other book, but I feel like it's, I don't know, less mature. It doesn't have the hard-hitting topics in this one that one does, but this one specifically goes over feelings. And so I love the pages. I love how incredibly beautiful these are. This is figuring it out, brains and bodies. How are you? The voice inside your head. I'm going to show you a couple of these things. I feel, and they have all these beautiful pages over feelings: scared, anxious, jealousy. I've been disrespected. I'm angry. I'm lonely. I'm really sad. I'm grieving. I'm so embarrassed. I don't feel safe. And they go over the grieving process with the children. These are things that I wish that I had known. These are things that I wish that my parents would have done for me. But again, in that other book, like our generation, we just weren't taught. We just weren't taught. And it's incredible what's happening right now. Yeah, anyway. And then so, okay, I'm feeling your brains and bodies. Okay, so here's a couple of pages. And again, if you guys want me to, it goes over the fight or flight system. So some sciencey stuff there. Why do you cry? Feeling out of control. It's going to talk about their brain, which is great because we're doing biology this year. What is your reaction? These pages are beautiful. I skipped through a lot of stuff. So this right here is the circle of emotions, the positive circle versus the negative circle, and what you can do to get out of them. I just, it's crazy. Here's another one. How to change the circle. It's so crazy. Like the generation who raised us, like our grandparents and our parents, were that sweep it under the rug, we don't talk about it generation. We don't talk about anything. And then we're coming up in this generation where everybody wants to talk about everything and express everything, and nothing's off the table and nothing is faux pas. I love this. I thought this was really cool. This whole road street, lousy lane, safe corner, the regret round. This is really neat. I don't know. I really don't know because, I don't know. Do I get another book for both of my kids? Maybe. I don't know. And so, anxious, jealous. What is this one? Ooh, I'm angry. It goes over healthy living. Here's the stages of grieving. I don't feel safe. And then it kind of goes into some positive things, the good stuff, focusing on gratitude, that sort of thing. I did not read every single word in this. I don't know the general idea of this. This might just be feelings, like allowing your children to put words to their things. Okay, this video is crazy long. I love you. That's everything. I had to fit it all into there together. I've got to get this edited and get this up for you guys. So those books, I will do an overall unit study for that and how that went. I'll let you know all of the things that I added in and how we're using that. I'm printing off our next unit studies. We're doing History 1 through Gather Round, and then Creepy Crawlies through Gather Round. That's next. I will keep y'all updated. I will see y'all sometime after the fall feast, in the middle of it. I haven't decided. If you will, just pray for me. That would be great. There's some stuff going on. And I really hope that you guys are enjoying your homeschool year. I really hope that you guys are enjoying these videos. Go ahead and subscribe if you have not done so already. Click that like button. And I'll be back. Just not this week. Okay? All right. Bye for now. Love y'all. I'll be willing. I'll see you later.